go, Holly. Why is it so bright? What have we got it on?
Jesus.
Hi, I'm Hannah.
Hi, I'm Holly.
And we're from Coffee and Cream. So today we're going to be doing...
Great start.
We're going to be doing a makeup brush review on 2 sets that I bought from Amazon. So the one Holly is going to be talking about is eye brushes and a fan brush, and those were only, I believe, just under £3 including delivery. And the set I'm going to be reviewing is one that's face and eye brushes, and this one was £11.99 including shipping. So both of these are from Amazon, and both of the links for these will be in the description bar below. Right, so Holly's going to talk about the brushes she's used first, but before you do that, what did you think of the brushes overall?
Out of the 6 I have, I would use 4 again.
Okay, so what do you think of, like, the size of them? Because they're quite short.
Oh wait, no, I've not used it.
No, I know, but I just mean in general, what do you think of the size of the brushes? Because they're all quite short, aren't they?
No, I just think they're great size brushes. I don't see anything wrong with them being short.
I think that you can get closer to the mirror when they're a bit shorter as well. Because if they
knocking it, poking your eye.
Exactly. If the handle's too long, you can end up poking yourself in the eye. And what do you think of the actual bristles?
Again, on the 4 that I used, I liked. 4 out of the 6 I used, I liked.
Yeah.
So the first one I used is this big one. Is that focusing?
I think so.
It's that big flat one, just to apply all over my lid.
Yeah.
And it was really soft to use. Like, the bristles didn't feel hard at all, like on my eye.
No.
So I liked that one.
So you'd use that to apply all over lid colour. Is there any way else you'd use that brush? Can you think of?
Under the brow, maybe.
Yeah, highlight. It would be quite nice to highlight.
I then used this one to go in with the darker colour in the crease, and it's quite like a sturdy one. For that sort of thing, it was like sturdy to use. Like, it's hot. It's not hard, but it's like sturdy. Like, it's still soft. And for that sort,
Stiffness to it.
so I did. You can see like the dot that I use on that. So I just use that for in the crease.
Yeah, it's really good for the outer corner. Getting in the outer corner with that small brush.
And then I sort of blended it out with this big fluffy brush, which I really, really like.
I do as well. It's amazing.
Like, it's a big blending brush,
yeah,
but it's still like really good and fluffy to use.
Well, actually, in the what this says to be used for is a concealer brush, but I'm the same. I use this for a blender brush. It's massive, but it's really nice for just blending out all the colours you put down. And it's so fluffy and soft, but it's not too flimsy.
Yeah. And I used this one, again, like in the middle of the lid, to apply a like glittery eyeshadow to take away from the matte. So I literally just use this for the middle bit, and again, it's like really soft to use. So I liked. They did the job. So
yeah, I mean, this I actually
complain.
prefer this one you just mentioned rather than the one you use for your overall lid colour. I think this one's a little bit more stiff, it's got a little bit less give, and I really like that for applying all over colour. And this one I like for crease colour, like transition and highlight.
Okay, the 2, and this is like a bit of fun. The one I'm not a fan of is the fan brush.
Oh right, okay.
I didn't like the bristles on it. I didn't think it applied my highlighter very well.
No.
So I wouldn't use that again. I just felt like it was hard to use that. I think it'd be easier with literally my finger.
Yeah. Do you think it didn't pick up a lot of product?
No, I didn't think it picked up. Like, I kept like doing it, and I never have to do that with any of my highlighters. It's literally like, and then you do it.
Yeah.
Because my highlighter was like on fleek before I rubbed it off to try and use one of these. So, not a fan of the fan brush.
Yeah.
And I don't know what this one is exactly used for. It's just the angled one. I mean, I tried to use this out for concealer.
Where?
Like on my lid, to like, you know, like if I was doing a cut crease. Right. I literally tried to put concealer on.
Yeah.
And I just felt like it went on really streaky and patchy.
I'll tell you what this brush is excellent for. So in both these brush sets, there's a couple of brushes that are duplicated, so I won't talk about those too much unless Holly hasn't mentioned them, but this brush in particular, I use this for carving out my brows, and it's the best brush for carving out my brows I've ever used. It's so small and so like sharp, like you can really get underneath the arch of your brow to make it just so sharp. And I have 2 of these now because they are in both brush sets and they're so good. So I highly recommend that. Because you didn't buy the brush set.
Yeah, but if you've got a spare.
We'll see. So the other brushes that were in this brush set that you didn't mention are these 4. And a lot of them are quite small. I'm just going to come a bit closer. Can you hold this, please? I've got this tiny little brush here, and this one's really nice for applying eyeliner. Like, this would be nice for gel eyeliner. It's good for running colour underneath on the bottom lash line. It's very, very, very stiff, so it can be a little bit rough on the eyes. It's not the softest, but it is nice for that. Then you've got another angled brush, but this one's meant to be, this is actually called the eyeliner brush, I think, but I would probably use this for brows, but at the moment I've got one from Primark that I've been using that has a spoolie on the end, and I actually prefer that, but this would still be nice. And the last 2 brushes, you've got this one, which is just basically a replica of the first brush we saw, but a bit taller. This is okay, but I don't really prefer it. It's alright, it's quite good for a transition colour, but the one I really like for a transition colour is this. And this is very tall and it's very, very flimsy, like you can do that. And at first that put me right off, but it does a really nice wash of colour, like a really, really soft wash of colour. It's so nice. And also you could use this for your nose highlight or your Cupid's bow highlight.
Hey puppy.
This first brush set was only £2.55 from Amazon. Would you say it's worth £2.55?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it is, isn't it?
I mean, I wouldn't complain.
No, you wouldn't complain. Like, I mean, as I was the same as you when I used this brush set. This fan brush, which I was really looking forward to, just didn't hit the mark. It did not pick up enough product. But still, for £2.55 for all these brushes, you can't go wrong. So
that's like, wait, how many brushes are there?
3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 brushes.
That's like 25p.
That is 25p per brush. It's so worth it. So now I'm going to talk about the second set. So I've been using, well, both these sets really for a couple of weeks. This one in particular though is what I use for my face today. Oh my god. My glasses so you can have a look at my eye makeup today. My eyebrows, which are flick. These brushes come in a pouch like this, which is really nice, like fake leather brown pouch with
Faux leather.
Oh, faux then. Altogether, I think there's 18. So I'm going to gloss over the ones that are replicated in the other set. This set was $11.99. So I'm just going to go through the face brushes first. Oh my god, there's so many. So you got this one. All these have got rose gold ferrules as well, which attracted me to these brushes because they're so pretty looking. I think they don't look cheap at all. I think they look quite expensive really. They've got short handles which are really good for getting close to your face in the mirror. This is meant to be a powder brush. It's really fluffy, it's really nice, but I don't think it's
fluffy.
I want to die. I don't think this is big enough for a powder brush personally. It's just not big enough for me. I like my powder brushes really big. Really big, that is not big enough.
I'd use it as powder.
Yeah, I mean, I use it as blush because none of the brushes in this set were big enough for brush for me. So I've been using it as blush and I really, really like it for just applying it like a nice soft blush. So that one's really, really good. The next face brush is this, and I think this they were trying to get me to use for blush, but it is so thin, it just would apply the blush too densely. So I've actually been using this as a contour brush.
I was going to say I'd use it as
It's really nice, it's so fluffy, it's really nice for blending the contour as well. So even if you don't apply it with this, blending is really, really nice with this brush. The next contour brush is like a flat topped one. Again, super, super soft. This is really nice for getting that sharp line, but also because it's got a little bit of give, that's nice for blending out as well, and that's really nice for forehead, contour. It's just a really, really nice brush. I saw that actually, and that was part of the reason I wanted this brush set. The next one is this flat topped foundation brush.
Not allowed outside world.
This is a flat top foundation brush. I am a beauty blender user.
What do you use that for?
Foundation. I thought I'd try it out. I thought, you know, I don't normally like brushes for foundation. I normally prefer my beauty blender. I thought I'm going to give it a go. It's really nice for creating full coverage. You know, if you just pat it on and then blend out the edges, it's really nice. Also, applying powder with this by pressing it into the skin, it's brilliant. I use it for both sometimes, you know, use my foundation and then I'll just use it for powder as well. It's a really nice versatile brush. It looks quite small, but it really does cover a nice surface area. That I'd say actually is one of my favourite brushes from this set. And funnily enough, this is the fan brush in this kit. Now this one looks identical to the other one, except this one for some reason picks up tons of product. It picks up loads, and this has been amazing. So I'm so happy. Out of the fan brushes that I bought, this one, even though it looks exactly the same, picks up the product so much nicer. So I've been using that as my highlight. I don't know if you can see that highlight, but it's amazing, really good. And the final face brush is one this is my least favourite brush from the set. And it's this sort of thing. And it's like a flat paddled foundation brush. It's very, very quite stiff. I just don't have any use for it. Like I applied my under eye concealer with it at some point the other day just to test it, and it's just...
You applied under eye concealer with that?
In a triangle, yeah. I just like patted it on. Okay. Not like directly under the eye, it was like right the highlight as well sort of thing.
No.
Yeah, well that's what I used it for anyway, that's what I did. It's makeup, there are no rules, but this just... It's meant to be really for foundation, but I don't get on with these brushes for foundation, so I might use it in the future for cream highlight maybe, or cream contour even, but just because of the style of the bristles. But to be honest, this brush is not going to get much use. These are all the eye brushes, and there's a load in here that replicate some of the other ones. I'll just pick out some of the brushes. Yeah, this one. These are all different. The pencil brush as well. So a lot of these brushes you are going to get in the other set, and there isn't much difference to them at all. They're pretty much, in fact they are pretty much exactly the same. I'm convinced these are actually from the same sort of company. So I won't talk about these, but I like every single one of these brushes, and I've made use of every single one of them. The last few, I've got a hair on my lip and it's really annoying me. The last few are different ones. This is like a flat brush. In fact, this may be in the other one, but this one's a bit shorter. I love this for applying an all over base lid colour. I like it for applying highlight in a corner. It's a really multi-use brush. Back hurts. This is another sort of flimsy blending brush, but a little bit shorter. As far as I'm concerned, you can never have too many blending brushes, so this is good as well.
Blending
together. This is like a little tiny flat top synthetic brush, which is really good for concealer, but not under the eyes because I find it too small. I use this for creating a cut crease, so I'll blend the concealer out on my lid with this one, which is really good for a cut crease. Final brush is the one I haven't used yet because it's for gel eyeliner, and it is a tiny little brush, and to be honest, I don't know what I'm going to use this for. I think I'll try it eventually, but it doesn't look like it's going to last very long. It kind of looks like it's going to shed, which is a bit strange. But those are our thoughts on these brushes. I mean, I think they're definitely worth it. If I was going to go for a set, if I was going to repurchase, I'd get the £11.99 set, just because there's a lot more brushes in it for me and I would use them all. But if you're on a really small budget, £2.55, can't really go wrong, can you?
For eye brushes, yeah. For
eye brushes, yeah. I mean, if they did a separate set that was like £2.55 for just the face brushes, then I'd buy that. You know, I would have bought this separately, but this £11.99 one, and with that pouch as well, which you can put them all in.
Breeze through that.
Do you think there's anything missing that they should have included in either brush set?
I don't know really. Like, I reckon even if you're going on like the shortest weekend break away, everything you'd need would be in the pouch. I
think so, yeah. I mean, put it this way, since I've been using these brushes and testing them out the past couple of weeks, I haven't reached for my Sigma brushes. And don't get me wrong, I love my Sigma brushes, I love my Sedona Lace brushes. I haven't reached for them because everything you need is in this set. And so for £11.99 for a full face and eye set, especially for somebody who's beginning, they'd be excellent. I definitely recommend trying these out before going and buying a ridiculously expensive set, simply because these are really good as well if you're travelling.
And if you're like me, because I don't wear a lot of eye makeup all the time, but when I do, like, I'd want to use decent brushes, so, but not for that expense.
No, yeah, if you're not using them very often. So I definitely think they're worth it. I will link these brushes, both sets of them, down below in from the Amazon sellers I got them from. They did take a few weeks to get here. I think they were coming from China, so they do take a few weeks, but I definitely think they're worth it for that price. The shipping on these were free, and the shipping on the others were only like barely anything. I think the others came out to £4 with shipping, but that's still so cheap. Right, well that was our brush set review. The next few videos coming up, I'm going to be doing a review on the Most Full Coverage Foundation. I'm so excited. I've resisted trying it. I've literally been so...
You haven't tried it?
Like, no, I've been so patient. I'm going to try it on camera, and I'm going to try it on Dan's tattoo as well to see how it covers that. So stay tuned for that, and we will see you in another video. Subscribe if you want to see more videos from us.
Hit the like.
And comment below which brush set was your favourite and if you're going to purchase one.
Just in case you're wondering, my top is from Primark and it was £4. And my choker.
Oh, and your choker as well. My hoodie is the ones with the little rips in the shoulders, and it's cropped, and this was £3 in the sale in Primark today instead of 8. I love
Go grab yourself a bargain.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much for watching.
Bye.
Bye.